新托福百日百句百篇上册
Researching the language ability of primates. For a very long time, many people believed that language is a unique capacity of humans. The renowned MIT linguist Noam Chomsky clearly defines language as a skill limited to humans, the sole possessor of the cognitive hardware which makes language possible. To testify to this theory, various researchers have been conducted to study the ability of primates to acquire language. Yet, they only made the whole issue more puzzling. Back in 1933, Winthrop and Luella Kellogg at the University of Indiana adopted a baby chimpanzee called Gua and raised it in their home alongside their infant son, Donald. Getting an equal share of all the attention that was shown to Donald, Gua matured very quickly for an ape, but never developed language. This finding seems to confirm the conclusion about non-human linguistic possibilities. This discovery, however, was contradicted later by Alan and Beatrice Gardner, who set up a project at the University of Nevada in 1967. They realized that previous attempts to teach apes to speak had failed because apes lacked the vocal apparatus to produce human words. So they decided to teach American Sign Language, ASL, to a chimpanzee that they named Washu. The Gardners created a home for the year-old chimp in a caravan in their garden and hired graduate students to be with her at all times. All the humans would use ASL with each other, so this would be the only language Washu would see. They also used a system of rewards known as operant conditioning. When Washu made a gesture similar to ASL, she would be rewarded with tickles. After the first couple of years of the language project, the Gardners and Roger Foltz discovered that Washu could pick up ASL gestures without operating conditioning methods by observing humans around her who were signing amongst themselves. Washu and her mates were also able to combine the hundreds of signs that they learned into novel combinations that they had never been taught, but rather created themselves with different meanings. For instance, when Washu's mate, Moja, didn't know the word for thermos, Moja referred to it as a metal cup drink. Washu inspired legions of imitators, the most significant of which was probably a chimpanzee named Nim Chimpsky by Herbert Terrence of Columbia University. Terrence and his team collected videotapes of Nim with his trainers and proceeded to analyze these, looking not just at what signs Nim used, but at the exact context, everything that was going on before and after Nim's utterances. Quite contrary to what he set out to find, Terrence found out that Nim's use of ASL signs was quite unlike how children learn the language. Nim failed to initiate conversations. He seldom introduced new vocabulary and just imitated what the humans around him said. Nim's sentences failed to grow in length while in human children. There is a close relationship between the number of words known and the number of words used in a sentence. Terrence ended up admitting that much of the ape's behavior is pure drill. A language still stands as an important definition of the human species. Meantime, another imitator of Washu, Dwayne Rumbog, was joined by his wife, Sue Savage, to work with a bonobo named Kanzi. Bonobos are a new species of ape which are smaller than common chimpanzees, but seem to be more intelligent. Feeling that ASL wasn't very suitable for measuring how well do apes use the language, Su created a set of colorful lexicograms, abstract symbols that can stand for words or ideas. The lexigram board would be wired to a computer so that the apes could touch a symbol and the computer would speak the word. Starting in the mid-1980s, the Rungbas started claiming that Kanzi had mastered the rudiments of grammar. In a major study carried out when Kanzi was 8 years old, his comprehension of over 600 different sentences was tested. The experimenters tried to formulate commands that were unlikely to have previously arisen in Kanzi's daily life, such as, "Go put some soap on Liz," and "Take the mushrooms to Matata." In a majority of cases, Kanzi did as he was asked to do. In the end, the Rumbugs again toppled Terence's finding and concluded that Kanzi clearly processed semantic and syntactic features of each novel utterance.